All right, let's continue the conversation. As I said before, I've met a lot of different autism parents, you know, and I think, as I have mentioned before, I want to specifically address or talk to parents who have not accepted their children, men, women. There's this thing that we do a lot in Africa and I think some parts of Asia too. We see our children as a representation of ourselves, and not always in the good way. We see them the way they make us look to other people. For example, in some cultures, if a baby is fairer than the other children, they give that child special treatment. That child automatically is the most beautiful one among them, even if the child is not as beautiful, or even if the child is not doing the right things, but they will give that child preferential treatment because of their looks. Now, in some other parts, we have parents that it is academics that they use to measure a child's worth. Now, some parents of neurodiverse children see them as how? Why I go get this kind of picture? Why me? And so that child is automatically a taboo. They want to solve the problem that child has so that the child will make them look better. So what they want is a perfect child. So they keep spending on spiritual items. Buy this one, cook this one, give them this one. They will do medication. Buy this, buy that, buy that, buy that, buy that. They will do. Even though they have not researched the conditions, they don't really understand what autism or the neurodiverse condition their child has is. They have not done the research. They have not taken time to try and understand that child as their child. That child is just to them a child that is sick, that they want to cure. That is a dangerous notion, because that will not allow you to help your child to improve. For parents who are stuck in this mentality of, oh, someone is doing me, that one too is really, really bad. God is aware of our struggles. God has given us these children. If God did not want us to have children, we would not have children. And if God did not want us to have neurodiverse children, we would not have neurodiverse children. And I'm saying this because I have met parents that will say, this is not what I agreed with God. I'm not going to accept it, so that God will give me what we agreed on. So they will neglect the autism in that child. They will never accept that the child is autistic. They will not talk about it. They will not face it. They will not treat it as something to be cared for, as something to be worked on, as something to be improved. They will just ignore it, because in their mind, if they ignore it, then over time, when God sees that they do not accept, God will now do a miracle and the child will now be fine. I'm not saying that faith is bad. I'm a Muslim. I am a devoted Muslim. I love God. I believe in God. And the thing that gives me the most strength as an autism parent is my belief in God. And it's my belief that if God did not want me to have an autistic child, I will not have an autistic child. And because of that notion, I'm able to give all I have to my son, because I am doing it as a parent, not just for myself, not just for my son, but also for God. Because I know that I'll be disobeying God if I do not care for that child, regardless of how the child is. Because why would I care for my other children and not care for this child? Because I think that if I don't care for the child, God is now going to just give me, God will just change the situation. In my head, that is not faith, though. That is delusion. And I say this because I've watched parents go from faith to losing it, to saying, if God loved me, God would have not given me this type of child. And then taking their anger out on the children. Also, if you are the type of parents that is listening to people who are saying, it's just spoiled, or he's a first child, his Ori, his Eleda has not agreed that he should have younger siblings. Now, you having younger siblings is what is causing him to act like this. Then you will now be beating Shege Banza Barawo out of your baby's head. You will beat the child because Shofek Bamini, do you want to kill me? Now you the go first born picking join. Hey, what kind of child are you? Why do you? This is also a very dangerous notion. And I'm sorry to say, but there's no amount of abo. There's no amount of medication. Even if you are trying acupuncture, even if you go to the ancient of days medication, there's a big possibility that you will not see the changes. Because for neurodiverse conditions, the changes don't just come the way you're expecting it. No. The reason you are depressed is because you are still waiting for that miraculous change. My child will just wake up one morning and just be perfect. My child will just wake up one day and start talking. My child will just wake up let my child just wake up today now and start doing this and start doing. That's not how it works. And if you don't accept it now, if you don't tell yourself that my child is autistic, I accept my child the way he is or she is, and I'm just going to now find a way to help my child become better, so that little by little they can start improving themselves, and maybe even now live out or be able to shed some of these autism traits and become better. But I'm going to put in the work because I love my child, not because I want people to praise me, not because I want people to say I have a brilliant child, not because I want to use my child to show off. And some of us actually use our children to show off. Some autism parents also want to keep their children autistic because they think that it's because their child is autistic that they are exceptionally brilliant. And so that show off for them is another reason, oh, my child is brilliant. But it is more destructive to not accept your child, to keep waiting for the sickness that this sickness in your head that you think autism is to be cured and just go away one day. It is more destructive to keep saying your child has just stubborn, as just a child has just improved to be better. It is more dangerous to keep going back to this spiritual leader that is telling you that, oh, something is possessing your child, or oh, someone is doing your child, or someone has told me before that, no be so I born the pikin, na person where I know na him do me like this. See, if you don't accept that child now, if you don't tell yourself that I'm not going to see my child as a problem, I'm going to see my child as a child that just needs more support, more help, and start putting in the work now, years down the line, your child is going to be a grown-up man or woman, and you will still be supporting them like a baby of yesterday. And in some autism cases, it is like that. They will actually grow up and grow old and remain like that. So if you have a child that can be better, can be taught, that can be independent tomorrow, please don't waste your time on, they said something is wrong with my child. They said somebody spiritually did this. Oh, my child is just like this. My child just da. Your child is not going to improve. There's nothing you can do if you don't accept that child and start helping that child as a mother or a father that accepts that child, and that is now going to teach them little by little in a way that they will understand, so that they can start improving small, even if it is months that it will take to get to improvement. They will not improve, and you are going to keep being depressed.